On this edition of City Focus, the City of Valdosta celebrates Georgia Arbor Day. The Engineering Department honors local engineers for Engineering Week. A new piece of public art goes up at the Valdosta Regional Airport. And we have James Horton in studio to discuss the 2019 Historic Preservation Awards. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus McConico, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. This is the fourth episode of City Focus in 2019. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. These are the most important topics that are happening in the city.
She's taking pictures of you.
Today, on Valentine's Day, J.L. Lomax Elementary School held an event for students to read to their fathers. After finding out that Miyoki Williams, a kindergartner, lost her father to gun violence 3 months ago. That's when Fire Marshal James Clinkscale stepped in.
What I found out was that her dad was deceased recently in an act of gun violence, but we decided to reach out and help. Now I got a new friend, and we got to read and we got to eat donuts, but I believe that we should give back. I honestly believe we should give back. This is one part of my job that I truly treasure.
That fish is jumping up.
The 5-year-old really enjoys fire trucks and firefighters, and her mother says they have plans to make everyone more aware of the issue of gun violence. Those are some incredible plans for someone so young.
She's a special little girl. I mean, once she got to know me, she is bubbly, full of energy. She said she's going to be a doctor, right? Yes, and she's going to be very successful at anything she do.
Metro 17 thanks Chief Clinkscale for spending his morning with Miyoki, and we wish her and her family the best.
The third Friday in February is Georgia's Arbor Day, and this year, the Valdosta Tree and Georgia Forestry Commissions planted 3 trees at the new South Georgia Regional Library.
We do this every year, and each year we try to highlight an area of our community that maybe the community needs to know a little bit more about. And we felt like the new library was such a wealth to the community on not only books, but their electronic books and magazines and things. Their facilities are extremely nice. They have so much that they offer, and we wanted to add that to our program.
Urban forestry is a key part to a community's environmental engagement, and Monica Haynes believes that beautiful trees can motivate citizens to become more involved with the community.
There are so many benefits to our urban forest. I think one of mine personally that I notice every time is the shade, the summer heat. It's a great relief to find some shade on a hot sunny day, number one, and I think we can all identify with that. But it goes even deeper than that. There's stormwater issues that are alleviated or benefited by trees. People in cities with trees tend to be a lot happier and more motivated in their community, and I feel that is also extremely important.
The trees planted include red maples, and in the fall, these maples will sprout bright red and orange colors to benefit the education of trees for children and adults that visit the library.
I want to thank our council and our mayor for the support on the Tree Commission. We get a lot of support for our projects and the initiatives that we do. The Tree City USA designation is extremely important, and they've never once doubted that is something that is important to Valdosta, and we really want to say thank you to them and for their support.
For more information on the Valdosta Tree Commission, call 229-293-6368.
On February 18th, Mayor John Gale read a proclamation for National Engineering Week, honoring the work that engineers do in each of our communities.
Today we honored Kung Young Chu, and his son Jeffrey was here. Kung Young has been a structural engineer in this community for years and years, and he's one of the oldest firms that's still active. And so we recognized him for his contribution to the engineering profession. We also recognize Randy Cruz. He's another structural engineer here in the community. Randy has helped me on numerous occasions go out and look at incidents that have come up at the split second, giving me some advice. We also recognize Level Engineering and Associates. I would like to call him as one of our own. He was, at one point, he worked for the utilities department here, and he went out on his own and started his own local firm, and they're very successful and well known.
Engineers affect many aspects of everyday life, even keeping us safe during normal day-to-day activities.
We are licensed by the state to ensure the safety and the welfare of the general public. So you know when you go across the bridge, you want that bridge to stand up. If you go up in an elevator, you want to make sure that you're going to have a safe ride up and down. You want buildings to stand, you want traffic to flow safely. These are all things that engineers do.
For more information, contact the engineering department at 229-249-3530. The Valdosta Fire Department has been collecting aluminum cans for the Georgia Burn Foundation for years, but now they have moved the location of where they collect the cans.
Wanted to move it so we can have a better location for the citizens to be able to see the can trailer. So we moved it from the fire station, we moved it to the intersection of Woodrow Wilson Drive and Ashley Street, giving it more visibility. It's been out here now for 2 weeks, and we've already seen a lot of citizens that have dropped off cans to fill up the trailer.
Funds from the cans go back to the Georgia Burn Foundation to support their initiatives.
The Georgia Firefighter Burn Foundation has 3 missions that it looks at. One is to educate the public on burn awareness and prevention, to support medical facilities that provide burn treatment, and also to assist burn survivors with their recovery.
Chief Broom is encouraging everyone to continue supporting the Burn Foundation by just dropping off your cans to the new spot.
It's open to everyone. We're asking all citizens to continue to support our can drive, and that's why we've made it more visible so everyone can come out and support the drive.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Fire Department. The people of Valdosta, just like in many cities, really care about preserving the history of the city. We have Historic Preservation Special Project Planner James Horton here to discuss that in Valdosta. Welcome to the show, James.
Thank you, Marcus.
Okay. Just to remind people, what exactly is the role that you play in the city, and what is historic preservation?
I am the Historic Preservation Planner and Special Projects Coordinator, so I do a lot of different things with the city. Historic preservation is the main thing that we want to talk about now because May is Historic Preservation Month, and that's coming up pretty soon. So we'll be celebrating our heritage here in Valdosta throughout the whole month of May. And as a way of celebrating preservation in Valdosta, we have come up with an award system through the Historic Preservation Commission. And we give awards in many different categories. And what we do is We have this award out now, and it's available now through April 30th.
Okay.
Is the time to apply for it, and you can get one from my office. I'm in the City Hall Annex. You can get it online through the City of Valdosta's webpage, or you can get it from the museum. The Lowndes County Historical Museum would have a copy as well. And these are available to the public, and it could be for residential or commercial. And these preservation awards have several different categories that we can apply in. And I'll give you those right now just so we'll get those. The main one is Outstanding Achievement. That's for large historic preservation projects, for large commercial rehabilitations of buildings. Another category is called Distinguished Merit, and that is for smaller historic preservation projects.
Okay.
Another one is called Stewardship, and that is for folks that have owned and preserved a particular historic building for many years, and they've kept it beautiful and nice for the public to see and enjoy. So they've been caretakers for many years of that project. Excellence in Compatible New Construction is for new buildings that have been constructed in the historic district. And finally, the Harold Bennett Lifetime Achievement Award is for a person who has been in historic preservation for many years, who's done great things here in Valdosta to promote historic preservation.
Gotcha.
So these are our categories in the Historic Preservation Awards, and they're available to anybody. It could be for commercial or residential.
Okay. And why do you and the city believe it's so important to preserve these historic buildings in Valdosta and, you know, recognize them for their historic value?
Well, Valdosta lost a number of their historic buildings in the 1960s with some urban renewal type projects, and there were many buildings and beautiful homes that were lost along Patterson Street and in the downtown area. A lot of demolitions, and so Valdosta realized in the 1980s that it was time to preserve things, that buildings were being lost, beautiful resources, things with architectural character were being demolished, and that we needed to stop and look around and find out what needed to be saved and preserved for the future. So we started a preservation program here in Valdosta in the 1980s, and that it began with this particular map right here, which this area with the black lines around it is called the Local Historic District, and it goes basically from Savannah Avenue to Park Avenue, and basically on the east and west, a little bit past Ashley Street over to Lee Street, and then over this way to West Street, basically. And it includes Sunset Hill Cemetery, Valdosta State University. Okay. This is commercial downtown right here, and then this is a residential area here, here, and here. And so this is where we carry on the main preservation activities that we oversee with the Historic Preservation Commission here in Valdosta. And by the way, the awards that we give they need to come from inside this area. They need, the awards for preservation awards need to be in the local historic district.
Gotcha.
So if you're going to put in an application for an award, you need to check and make sure that it is in the local historic district.
And we talked about how you put in an application. The applications are online, and once again, the deadline is when?
The deadline is April 30th for these applications, so we have quite a bit of time to apply for it. They're simple. It's just a couple of pages of a written application. You can handwrite it on paper. You can get it online. You can fill it out. You can bring it in. You can give it to me by email. My email address is on here, and if you want to know my email address, it's simply jhorton, H-O-R-T-O-N, @valdostacity.com. And these awards will be presented at the May meeting of the Valdosta City Council up in the beautiful historic City Hall in the beautiful City Council chambers, which was restored back in the 1980s, and then it had some work done on it in the 1990s. So it's a very beautiful and historic space to give out the awards.
Okay. And who can nominate someone for these awards?
Anyone can nominate a person or a building for an award. There's no cost. It's simply getting the paper form or the electronic form, filling it out,
Gotcha.
and turning it in to me in my office by April 30th deadline. And we have a group composed of people from the Historic Preservation Commission, people from the Historical Society and the Heritage Foundation who will come together
And judge.
and they will judge the applicants. And I do need to say that there's only one award given in each category. So it's competitive, and the award nominations need to be strong.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, James, I thank you for coming in to the show and telling us about historic preservation and letting us know how we can nominate somebody for this year's Historic Preservation Awards. And we'll be back here on City Focus.
Thank you.
Valdosta State University was recently awarded its 7th Tree Campus USA honor, just one day before Georgia's Arbor Day. VSU Athletics Director Herb Reinhard is extremely thankful to receive this honor yet again.
That one of our biggest positive points is our campus and the way it looks. And so Monica, for the fact that this is the 7th year that we've been recognized as a Tree Campus USA, and for the way that this campus looks every single day for those of us that work here and the students that go to school here, thank you very much for what you and your team do. We appreciate it.
University officials unveiled that a large oak on the corner of Bay Tree and Sestella will now be recognized as Championship Oak.
Well, I am very, very proud as the athletic director for this oak tree to be recognized as Championship Oak. That's special. And for those of us in athletics, we appreciate that recognition. We have 8 national championships at Valdosta State. The number of schools that it can indicate that they have multiple national championships is a very, very small number. And our 8 national championships are just one additional plus for this university, for the great things that we do at Valdosta State.
Congratulations to Valdosta State for earning yet another Tree Campus USA honor.
The month of February is usually a tough month for downtown merchants, but a promotion by Valdosta Main Street has helped downtown businesses see a boost this year. And Valdosta Main Street is hoping people continue to come downtown to shop.
The first quarter of the year is usually pretty slow for our downtown businesses. You know, after the Christmas boom, it slows down a little bit, and so we wanted to do something that was kind of a push for these downtown businesses during these slower months. In the month of February, we've been doing a Love Downtown Valdosta campaign, and we have found that it's super popular with everybody. The citizens love it. People who are coming downtown to visit and shop love it. It gives everybody an incentive just to come down and do a little bit of shopping locally, because every $25 that you spend in any store downtown, you get entered into a $250 drawing at the end of the month. So I think it really shows that, you know, we're behind the businesses. We want everybody to come down and shop and just check out downtown Valdosta, and you know, you might get a little fun incentive at the end of the month.
For more information, contact Valdosta Main Street. On February 21st, the Public Art Advisory Committee unveiled a new piece of public art at Valdosta Regional Airport. The new public art represents many areas of the Valdosta-Lowndes County community. Artist Ethan Abbott is proud to have his art represented.
I feel really honored. I mean, I didn't think it happened really like that. I feel like I'm representing Valdosta, and it's truly an honor.
For more information, contact the Turner Center for the Arts. Local 6th grade students have a chance to dream big with the annual If I Were Mayor essay contest. Students can express in 350 words or less what they would do if they were mayor. The essay may be typed or neatly handwritten. The student's name, teacher, and school must be at the top. The essays can either be mailed or hand-delivered to the Public Information Office in City Hall by Friday, March 22nd. The winners will be announced at the April 25th City Council meeting. For more information, you can contact the Public Information Office at 229-259-3548. Louis Colon is the February 2019 Employee of the Month. During the Christmas holiday, Louis visited his parents in Homestead, Florida. While there, he also stopped to visit close friends. He found out that his friends lost most of their furniture because of Hurricane Irma in 2017. Louis searched online and found a used furniture store and bought them a couch, recliner, and a table. He also took it upon himself to help his mother, who had been caring for his father who's been placed in a nursing home. He got 2 new tires put on her car, as well as repairing her lawnmower. We congratulate Louis on being named the February 2019 Employee of the Month. At the 2019 Rotary Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner, Officer Daryl Lester was named the Officer of the Year for the Valdosta Police Department.
Well, it's an honor, and it feels great because you're selected by your peers. So for my peers to select me or nominate me for Officer of the Year for the Valdosta Police Department, that means that my coworkers, think that I'm doing a good job, and I'm very.
A retired airman, Lester began his career as an officer later in life, but he says there are similarities between being a member of the military and a police officer.
In the military, when you go overseas to the conflict, that's where the danger is. With this, every time we walk out of the door, we're confronting something. So that aspect, but as far as the teamwork, and I spoke about this the other night, the camaraderie is nothing different. You must have that teamwork, you must have integrity, So nothing has changed as far as that. It's just that, I'm doing it in a different uniform now.
Lester loves working with children and says it's a good day when he's able to help someone.
I get no better joy is it when I go home at night knowing that in some capacity I've helped someone. That's why I got into it, is to help. Is to help. I would tell the young folks that, be compassionate, love what you do. You have to love or enjoy, helping, giving back to your community. And if you don't have that in you, then it's definitely not the job for you.
We congratulate Officer Lester on being named Rotary Officer of the Year. Now let's take a look at what's taking place in the city in the coming weeks.
March 4th, Valdosta Historic Preservation Commission, 5:30 p.m., City Hall Annex, Multipurpose Room. March 5th, Valdosta Lowndes County Zoning Board of Appeals, 2:30 p.m., City Hall Annex, Multipurpose Room. March 5th, MPO Citizens Advisory Committee, 3 p.m. at 327 West Savannah Avenue. March 5th, Valdosta City Council Work Session, 5:30 p.m. in Council Chambers. March 7th, Valdosta City Council, 5:30 p.m. in Council Chambers. March 9th through 10th, Azalea Festival at Drexel Park. March 11th, Valdosta Tree Commission meeting, 5:15 p.m. in the City Hall Annex Engineering Conference Room. March 12th, Central Valdosta Development Authority, 5 p.m. in the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. March 13th, Valdosta Lowndes County Airport Authority meeting at the Valdosta Regional Airport.
To stay informed of what's happening in the city, sign up for the weekly e-news blast at valdostacity.com/public-information. The City of Valdosta has several special events throughout the year. The Azalea Festival during the second weekend in March is one of those great events. We invite everyone to come out and enjoy all the incredible crafts, music, and games that will be showcased at this event March 9th and 10th. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also like our Valdosta Youth Council page. Follow us on Twitter at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.